So I used to be pretty, for lack of better terms, anal about people touching my back because of the importance of it. Up until this point, I hadn't realized just how important the functionality of your back is for the rest of your body. Everything from coughing to picking things up, obviously. Singing. I'm a vocalist in church. It affects everything. Where this particular pain is situated is at the lower part of the back, what I believe to be close to the sciatic nerve. And my concern is that it's actually not necessarily a muscle, but more of a nerve thing. I have a couple of friends who've had these issues in the past, and it's kind of put them out of commission for a while without halfway decent drugs. The Valium and the Vicodin have not done much of anything at all up to this point. When I see my general practitioner tomorrow, I'm going to obviously recommend something a little bit stronger, or not necessarily stronger, but something that works. I've never been on Valium before, so I don't really, I didn't know what, excuse me, didn't know what to expect, but I do know that things like Percocet and Flexerol do work on me. My mobility today is a little better, but it's still painful. I have been using a cane to get around. That was odd, walking into Walmart and a 34-year-old, well, soon to be 34-year-old, buying a cane because he feels like he's 100. So, and there's ongoing jokes with friends about, the older we get, one of us is going to be bringing the other one a cane. I just never thought I'd be buying it for myself. So, but either way, I think that this is, in the long run, going to be beneficial for me. I tend to overdo my body sometimes. I used to train for triathlons, and they were extremely demanding on the body. Sometimes in a workout, I'd go from a swim to a bike, one right after another, then to a bike to a run right after another, and then put all three together for an actual triathlon, which is swim, obviously swim, bike, and run. And those are very, very high demand sports when you combine them all. So triathletes are crazy because one sport isn't difficult enough. But, hey, I liked the challenge. It was fun. I would love to get back into it. But it seems like every time I try to get back into it, something happens. Last year I had a Lyme flare-up, and I had the Epstein-Barr virus, which really limited my ability to do anything because of exhaustion. So we'll see how this goes. This could affect playing softball, obviously affect setup and tear down at church. I've already been told I've been retired from setup at church. So, although there's that, cutting one thing out there. But, this God has his ways of working. I just didn't think that they would be this physically painful. Instead of me making a decision on my own and saying and following through with it, it takes God and a 2x4 to kind of knock me around. But I am thankful for his grace and his mercy that he's shown me through all this. My wife has been absolutely incredible the past few days, although frustrated, and I can tell, but she has been absolutely incredible with managing the house. Excuse me. I'm thankful for the friends that we've had, those that helped me on and off stage on Sunday, and those who packed up my stuff, and those who were willing to go out of their way to take care of me and my family, and it's greatly appreciated. One of the best recommendations I have for anybody, whether you go to church or not, is to go find a church. Go find a church that's going to actually be there when things like this happen. It's a wonderful thing to be a part of a group of people, in my case believers, who are willing to sacrifice and go above and beyond to make sure that that things are taken care of, and they care enough about you to do the simple things. I was willing to drive my truck all the way to my house, and then, if needs be, I had a couple people willing to take me to the ER on Sunday, and by the way, it's Wednesday. So don't underestimate the power of people in your lives who have the ability to step up and do something. So I'm going to sign off for right now, and I'll be back in a little bit. So I just got out of the chiropractor's office, and he agrees that it could be a muscle spasm. And I find that chiropractors tend, if at all possible, not to use actual medications, things like Flexerol or Percocet, and they prefer a more holistic method. And his response to me on the meds was, you got to do what you got to do, which I can completely appreciate. But I will be going back again this afternoon at about 2:45, so that we can do this again. And I'm probably going to have to go on Thursday and Friday as well. So anyway, we're going to see what's going to happen with this. I walked in, and I'm normally this bubbly personality kind of guy. He usually likes to crack jokes, and I just got these blank stares from people wondering what in the world was going on when I wasn't able to crack a joke or anything like that. Well, I guess it goes to show you, even the wild beast can be tamed on occasion. So, do I feel any better after the appointment? I don't know. Obviously going to continue to be putting ice on it to see what happens. But at some point I'm going to have to go back to work because I'm going to run out of leave. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow. Well, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I might take half a day. I usually don't make decisions until they're right up on me. So anyway, but hindsight 2020, I guess. I did not play softball last night because of obviously the pain. But once again, people stepping up and handling things. I love my family. And not just my immediate family, but my Bridgeway family, my church family. Because they can mobilize at the last moment to get things done. So I am on my way to Chick-fil-A to grab some breakfast because I have free coupons. Yay! And we'll see how the rest of this day goes. To be continued.